some of the aspects that NWIX actually cover, which is nice because I can thank you planting the seeds that I already had to go through anyway. What I want to cover today is that I'm missing a slide actually. Doesn't matter. I'll go through it. The slide before should have said introductions.
You skipped it, I think.
You skipped it.
It was my fault. We photographed it in our minds.
Back on the arrow key. Back on bottom right hand.
Got it. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, a little bit about who NWIX are and what we actually do. Because we're a technical company, technology company, that's actually turning into a sales company. And that's where does the money actually get made. Also covering the exchange. Sean's mentioned 3 times, I think you mentioned it, Sean. MANA, which is the Manchester Network Access Point, which is a peering point, which was really important in the growth of Manchester in the northwest in terms of the digital revolution, media, ISPs, systems integrators, and the data centres. So an important aspect of where we are today, but it'll be an even more important aspect of where we go tomorrow. Then I'd like to go on very quickly to what is the UK? Is it attractive in terms of technology, in terms of how content is delivered, and how attractive is it to the rest of the world? Because as Sean said, we ought to be proud of what we've got. We might have a few gaps, but we can fill those, hopefully, with talking to the right people. Next thing is, what are the market forces? What are the things that are going to push the politicians, the utility companies, the people that spend the money in terms of property and developing data centres? What's going to make them think, I need to do that, and I need to do it in the northwest, which is more important for us. So that brings us then on to the northwest itself. What is it that we have already today, and what is it that we need to bring into the northwest to get that attractiveness? Then it's who. Who do we go and talk to? Who do we put pressure on? Who do we bring together? Because without the sort of people that I'm going to be talking about today coming together, we're not going to get the momentum and the investment to bring about the northwest as a very key, and I mean very key, hub to the UK and to Europe. So, a little bit about what NWIX does. I mean, I'm in sales, so I'm allowed to tell you about what we do. Over the last 5 or 6 years, a guy called Nick Whittaker has been building a UK infrastructure. He built it because of a vision he had about 5 or 6 years ago, that the amount of traffic that was going to be pushed across the internet and the type of traffic changes needed an infrastructure that was far better than the one we got 5 or 6 years ago. So he's built an optical network across the UK. It stretches from Preston, way out in the east to Cambridge, back into London, over to Bath, and back up into Manchester. That infrastructure will carry multiple 10 gigabit capacities. That's today. In 4 months' time, it will be 40 gigabytes, and by the end of October, 100 gigabit in each wave. So, what we have a core infrastructure in the UK already that, if we go back to Ian's presentation with mobile operators, for instance, they can use that as a backhaul. So, big tick in the box for that. We also provide Ethernet networks across the whole of the UK using that backbone as well. So our ISPs, our systems integrators, and our content providers can actually stay at layer 2. It's more simple, it's more cost effective. And we also partner with a couple of tier 1 transit providers to provide the internet access itself. I'll come on to that in a little while, because transit is actually very expensive. very, very expensive, and it actually constrains business. Then I'll talk a little bit about our exchange, and it is our exchange, the Northwest Exchange. Manac is now actually called EdgeIX. I'll come on to talk about the relevance of that and why, if we put all those three things together, the optical network, the Ethernet, the transit and EdgeIX together, we've got a unique proposition. I think we all know what an internet exchange is, but if anyone doesn't, you